We took an amazing 6-day trip through Scotland, and let me tell you, it was incredible. But like with any trip, there are things I wish I'd known ahead of time, and a few things I'm really glad I already knew. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 12 tips and lessons from Scotland that I think everyone should know before going. Most, you've probably never even heard of before. Let's dive right in. First up, transportation. One of the best decisions I made was renting a car, but not while staying in Edinburgh. If you're planning to just stay in or around the city, you don't need a car at all. Edinburgh is compact, walkable, and has a great public transportation system. Having a rental there would just mean paying for parking and stressing about driving on the opposite side of the road through busy streets. Edinburgh has a wonderful bus service called Airlink Express, which can get you from the airport to the city center in about 30 minutes. If you decide to take the train, it'll make several stops along the way, and it's not as easy to maneuver through the terminal and train station with your luggage. But if you want to see the Highlands or other parts of Scotland, then yes, you need to rent a car. My advice? Pick it up after you've explored Edinburgh, or drop it off before you head back into the city. On our trip, we rented a car as soon as we landed at the airport, and we drove into the Highlands the next day. When we returned, we dropped the car off and used buses and cabs for our final couple of days in the city. Doing it that way saved us more than $200 in rental car fees and parking costs. Not only that, we also stayed at the airport hotels, the Doubletree and the Hampton Inn, and saved another $200 per night compared to the cost of a hotel in the city center. The bus stop was located right in front of the hotel and the car rental facility next door as well. It was the most convenient and cost-effective way to see Edinburgh. Driving in Scotland is an adventure all by itself. I'm used to driving on the left from other trips we've taken in the United Kingdom, Australia, and Ireland. But one-lane roads in the Highlands? That's a whole different story. With many windy and one-lane mountain roads, you're bound to get stuck in a jam. These roads have little turnouts, known as passing places, and you're expected to pull over and let oncoming cars pass. Sometimes that means reversing quite a ways back to the last turnout you passed. You may even be stuck in front of or behind a row of cars, and you must wait for every one of them to reverse to an area where they can pull to the side of the road. Add in darkness, rain, fog, it can get intense. On highways and interstates, be aware of speed cameras. Lots of speed cameras. These can be fixed or attached to mobile vans. Not only do they track your current speed, but they also can track your average speed from point A to point B, so please watch your speed in Scotland. You can find these camera locations online at safetycameras.gov.scot. As you can see, they're everywhere. Finally, if there's an accident or a breakdown, you can get stuck for hours because there's no alternate routes. This brings us to our next tip. Scotland has some amazing food, yes, including haggis, although we did not partake. But here's the thing, kitchens close early. Outside the main tourist spots in Edinburgh and Glasgow, many restaurants stop serving food around 8 p.m. If something is open past 8 p.m., it's most likely a pub, but pubs don't allow children after 9 p.m. Tip here, eat early or when convenient, as you may go hungry later. If you're driving through the countryside, you might go hours without finding a place to eat. That's why I recommend stocking up on snacks, water, and even buying a small cooler for the car. Protein bars, fruit cups, chips, anything that can keep you going on those long drives. Trust me, it makes a huge difference when you're hungry in the middle of nowhere. Many local gas stations, or petrol stations as they're referred to in Scotland, offer quick meal deals with a sandwich, a bag of chips, and a drink for about £6 or £7. If you're planning to visit castles or historic sites, and let's be honest, that's one of the main reasons people go to Scotland, you need to know about the Historic Environment Scotland Explorer Pass. It gives you entry to over 60 landmarks over a 14-day span, including big names like Edinburgh Castle, Stirling Castle, and Fort George. The pass also lets you reserve time slots in advance, which is super helpful for busy sites like Edinburgh Castle. On top of that, you can skip some of the lines. These passes do sell out and they're seasonal, so make sure you get the right one for the time you're visiting. If you're planning on hitting at least 3 sites, this pass will pay for itself. Here's something I always forget when visiting historical sites. Restoration and construction projects are everywhere. These buildings are hundreds and thousands of years old, and maintaining them means scaffolding, partial closures, or even complete shutdowns. Sometimes sites are closed for weather or filming too. Shows like Outlander and even big-name Hollywood movies are filmed here.
But they'll never take our freedom!
Before you go, check the Historic Environment Scotland website to see what's open or what's closed. You just click on a Visit a Place tab and navigate to the Check for Closures. It'll save you disappointment when you show up and find half a castle covered in scaffolding. Scotland is world famous for its festivals. You've probably heard of the Fringe Festival, the military tattoo, or New Year's celebration called Hogmanay. These events are amazing, but they come with huge crowds and sky-high prices. Never visit in August unless you are specifically coming for the Fringe Festival. If you do plan a visit during these festival seasons, book months in advance, if not a year. To give you an idea, when I looked at August 2026 for the Fringe Festival, many hotels were already sold out and the prices were 40% higher than the price in June. So plan carefully if you want to experience one of these events. One of the biggest tips I can give you is to plan your days in detail. Castles and historic sites often have short visiting hours, and seeing more than 3 or 4 in a day is pretty unrealistic outside of the big cities. You have to factor in driving time, parking, food breaks, bathroom breaks, and tours. And don't forget stopping along the way to take in some of the amazing scenery. At the same time, don't be afraid to double back to sites after hours. Some of them look completely different at night. For example, the Kelpies in Falkirk and Eilean Donan Castle in the Highlands are absolutely stunning when lit up after sunset. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe and drop us a comment. It really helps us grow this channel and we'd love to bring you more travel content. Do you need cash in Scotland? Honestly, not really. We had about 15 pounds in coins and bills left over from a previous trip, and that lasted the entire time. Credit cards are accepted almost everywhere, even in small towns. The only times we used cash were for public toilets and to buy little bags of veggies to feed the Highland Coos. So don't stress about finding an ATM at the airport. Just bring a card and you'll be fine. If you're a fan of
Harry Potter!
This is the spot you've been waiting for. The famous viaduct from where the Hogwarts Express runs.
All aboard the Hogwarts Express!
If the steam train is operating, get there early. The train runs from April to October, once a day in each direction. The parking lots fill up fast, and the hike to the viewing area can take some time. Be prepared to wait for a while for a very short glimpse of the train. Also, if you're not able to stand for long periods of time, bring a blanket to sit on while you wait, but make sure no one comes and blocks your view. If you plan on actually riding the train, tickets go on sale in November, before the season, which runs again from April to October. You can book tickets directly on the West Coast Railway's website in standard or first class. I'll put a link in the description below. Tickets sell out almost immediately, so if you're not able to book 6 to 12 months ahead, watching from the viaduct is your best bet. Scotland's weather can change in an instant. Rain, sun, wind, and even snow all in the same day. We went in early June, and I wore everything from shorts and a t-shirt to a full winter coat. The best advice, layer up. Bring a waterproof jacket, warm layers, and something light. That way you can adjust to whatever Scotland throws at you. Good walking shoes are also essential, since you'll be exploring cobblestone streets, muddy trails, and castle grounds. What not to wear? Don't wear heavy outfits that can't be easily adjusted. Big winter coats in summers or sandals for long walks will make you uncomfortable. And while Scotland is casual and welcoming, leave the flashy tourist gear at home. A practical layered outfit will keep you comfortable and help you blend in with the locals. Tourists often wonder if they should wear a kilt when visiting Scotland. The short answer is probably not, unless it's for a special occasion. Kilts are a deeply cultural piece of Scottish heritage, traditionally tied to family clans and formal events like weddings, graduations, or ceremonies. While you'll definitely see kilts in tourist shops, wearing one casually as a visitor can sometimes come across as a costume rather than a genuine part of local culture. Seeing the Highland Coos, those big, fluffy, long-haired cows, was one of the highlights of our trip. They're beautiful animals, and in some places you can even feed them. Just watch out for the horns and be ready for a slobbery tongue grabbing food out of your hand. Sure, you can see Highland cattle in other countries, but there's just something truly special about seeing them in the Scottish Highlands where they belong. Don't be afraid to add a stop at one of the Highland Coo farms, even if it's just to admire them. If you're traveling between London and Scotland, or anywhere in between by train, you'll want to look into the Two Together rail card. As the name states, it's for two people traveling together, and it gives you 1/3 discount on tickets. The card basically pays for itself in one trip, and you can buy it online before you go. Remember, this pass is only valid for people that are always traveling together, but that can also include families. I'll link the website to purchase this pass in the description below. And that's it. Those are the 12 things I wish I'd known, and some I'm glad I did know before our trip to Scotland. If you found something helpful and appreciated this video, please hit that like and subscribe button. Or if you want to share your tips with others, leave us a comment below. Check out the highlights of what we did in Scotland with this video here. Or if you're curious about our cruise through Norway that we took after exploring Scotland, you can check out this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure.